So we're going to take a moment to just look at the major ERP companies. We won't dive into them because as we go along in this series, we will be picking up one at a time or maybe two at a time and studying their relative pros and cons, advantages, disadvantages, etc., so that a more holistic picture is created. So I won't spend too much time on them today, except just to sort of list them out, and I'm sure all of you know what they are. I'm sure I missed a couple of important ones here, but essentially this is it. So like I said, the industry has grown exponentially in the last 12 to 15 years, especially among the SMB sector, because the large companies already have had some form of the ERP in the last 20, 25 years, but the SMB sector is exploding. It may not be a very high sector in terms of value, but it certainly is in terms of volume. So depending on whom you're talking to, their definitions can vary. Like I said earlier, that some company may provide one full finance module, another one may provide accounting as separate, fixed assets as separate. So depending on whom you're talking to, the definition may be a little different, and the definition of their modules may be a little different, but more or less the idea is that it's a packaged software. It is given to you, so you do not have to, or have to at least at the minimum do any coding. All you have to do is what's called configuration or settings to suit your business requirements. So that's the whole idea of an ERP, other than the fact that it comes pre-integrated. So all the modules are already talking to each other. As you enhance its functionality, you may be required to enhance that talking also a little bit more. But if you can really pick up ERP package straight out of the box and practically start running your business within a week. And if you were to follow the standard functionality, at least for a small and medium companies, usually don't like it. They usually have a lot of things to do, so it takes some time, and legitimately so. But for the most part, the standard ERP is able to deliver everything possible for them. So they are, just give me 1 second. So we have a situation where, like, for example, one example I always like to give is of Maple Leaf Foods. They have SAP, and if you want to divert from the standard SAP and do anything customized, you need to take permission from Michael McCann. Such is their control with standard SAP. I mean, if a $4 billion company can run so well with standard processes, I'm sure most companies can, but companies prefer not to because it's just a way they do business and they want to do that. So you have that situation where they're over customizing, I would say, the system and making quite often a mess of it, frankly. And then we have different ERPs which are focused on different areas. Like they may come in different verticals. There may be a specialized solution for real estate. There may be something with utilities, mining, exploration, chemicals, etc. So those are even more pre-configured, if I may, where you will get something for a specific kind of industry, example retail. And for example, Bell has two systems. It has one SAP system for their corporate, and or at least they used to have 6-7 years ago, for their arm, which deals with the products. So they don't manufacture cell phones, so they trade in it. Similarly, the plans, etc. So they have a retail system for that purpose because they don't do any manufacturing. And then that retail system is even more specialized and made into and delivered the way that a retail company would require compared to what any other generic manufacturing company would require. So they're even more customized. So not only is it a pre-packaged software, it is now pre-customized to a retail industry. So and such products are available for almost, with most at least, ERP companies.